guys, it's Keely here again, and I'm going to carry on with my little teeny tiny miniature Christmas junk journal. Now, if you watched the last episode, or the first episode of this project, you will see that I just messed up all the way through. Everything went wrong. I'm still not really very happy with this really weird sort of right angle-y shoulder thing going on, so I might think about covering that up in a minute. You will notice, if you look closely, a few mistakes on that page, or one glaring mistake. Can you spot it? Anyway, so the whole book was all sort of all the papers were either sideways. You can see those dangly baubles should have been hanging that way, I think. And anyway, I've gone in and stuck another sheet of origami paper over the top of the trees and parcels, so they're up the right way. That one's now up the right way. Just going to do this one and the back page, and then I'm going to check my work. If you have been here before, you'll know I used to be a primary school teacher, which is hilarious because check your work before you hand it in, children. But yeah, I was just busying myself with trying to get some filming in the can at 6 o'clock in the morning before I skedaddled across London to get to work. Right, let's do it the right way up this time. Come on. And yeah, everything was back to front, upside down and discombobulated. But I'm sure if you do crafts as well, I'm sure you've probably had days like that, and we've all probably stuck things in upside down. Partly it's this filming setup that I've got my phone kind of here, hello, and it's slightly in the way of my view, and a ring light sort of by my forehead, which I might headbutt if I move too quickly, and another light to try and cast a bit of soft lighting, so it is a little more chaotic than it might look. And of course this book is 3 inches by 3 inches, which is very tiny, but I've got my glasses on. My specs on, so yeah, I'm going to try a bit harder today. Could do better. Nobody ever wrote that on my school report, could do better, but I'm sure I could have done better at some things, but definitely could have done better in that video if I had been, I don't know, awake. Anyway, never mind, I'm not going to be too hard on myself. It's just a little mini junk journal. There we are, that's going to do. And the idea is that I might get it in frame. I might stick a little ribbon somewhere and hang it on my Christmas tree and enjoy all the happy memories whenever I pass by the tree, all the happy memories of filming this for you guys. Right, let's see what I've got that I haven't cut out yet. By the way, all these bits of ephemera come from this book I published a couple of weeks ago. So it's called A Teeny Tiny Christmas to Cut Out and Collage. This is me, Keely O'Brien, and there's a little hint of what you will find inside. There's patterns, look, and I've gone with some blue and sort of cream and silver, and also traditional red and green for Christmas. And it's got labels, look, and numbers. So I'm filming this on the 1st of December. It'll probably be a bit late to make your advent calendar if you haven't ordered the book yet, but something fun to do for next time. Or you might want to use all the advent calendar doors and numbers for other Christmassy purposes. So there's beautiful background papers in here, and I have tried to make them very tiny so that they'll be useful for you. You see, look at all these different patterns. You could use these in twinchies, inchies, artist trading cards, little Christmas labels, and any tiny Christmas projects. I might cut some of these up. There are the numbers, look, for the advent calendar. So I did think about starting an advent calendar, but I thought a journal would perhaps go better. And those would make lovely doors. There are 25 different patterns. They're so pretty, and I hope you like them. The numbers will fit on the doors. There we are, so you can cut them up, or there's a smaller set of numbers as well. and a very tiny set. There's small labels, large labels. There are the very tiny numbers. Look how small those are. That's compared to a, yeah. So if you're making a miniature, really miniature Christmas project, those numbers, that size would be great. Otherwise, these are good. Anyway, that's enough about the numbers. Show us your ephemera, Keely. So some of it's blue and white. You can see here the background papers. I've tried ever so hard, as I said, to make them small enough so that they're all still useful once you've cut the pictures out. So if you cut carefully, that ephemera will yield you not just all the lovely pictures and bits and bobs, but you can use the leftover edges. So there's a whole edge there of whatever's on the back, this one. And you can use them like mini bits of washi tape. That's sort of what I was doing in the last video. And you can see I've had a jolly good go at some of these pages already. I've gone for a very traditional Christmas style because it's one of the things we love about Christmas, isn't it? It comes around every year and we can get all sentimental and enjoy all the nostalgia and the good old-fashioned stuff. Look how tiny these are. Now these are definitely going to be useful if you make inchies or twinchies or miniature dioramas maybe, or yeah, anything tiny, or you could just add some smaller images to your bigger camera to finish off the page. So there's some lovely stuff on there and a little bit of Christian Christmas on that page, baby Jesus and all that sort of thing, shepherds, angels, and yeah, there's lots of little stars and bows and things like that, so you can sort of candy canes, you know, fill in the gaps and add a few things that are going to be good. Christmas church windows, snow globes, Christmas stars, and Christmas wreaths, gingerbread. So yeah, there's some very cute Santa girls on there and a little boy. How sweet is he with his fake moustache? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ho, ho, ho. There we go. Elves, presents, holly. You've got everything there. And this page has got like, I don't know, 3 dozen maybe, tiny little characters there that you can use. So that tells you about making an advent calendar. You would have to have some card and use your imagination a little bit, but the doors and the numbers are there and lots of patterns that you can use. There we go. Right, let's do some crafting. I've been having a little think about what I can put on the next double page, because we've got little girl waiting for Santa. Here we've got sort of Santa prepping his gifts and the elf, believe, ho ho ho. So I thought here we don't want to rush to Christmas too quickly, although, you know, I'm not writing a book here or anything, but I need to put some nice little patterns on this page so that it's not bright red and it's got some nice backgroundy bits. So I've carefully saved all of these little edges and pieces from the back of the ephemera, and I'm not worrying too much about the overall design of this. It's just to break it up, add a bit of green and red and make a nice sort of background to collage on, because I don't just want it bright red. And it's the back of the origami paper, so I'm kind of, that's what was on there. I could have covered it up, couldn't I, and stuck another one on like I stuck those to cover up the upside downness. But let's just, you see they look like little pieces of washi tape, don't they? I quite like that. And yeah, normally when I make backgrounds, you see they're not even straight, but I'm not going to worry about that either. Quite like a bit of winky wonky. Just adding a few of some of them are blue, but I'm not going to go with those in this book. I love this one. There we are. So yeah, I am going on holiday in the next couple of days, so whether I'm going to take my laptop with me, so I might be able to do some editing of all of this stuff. But if I go dark for a few days, you'll have to forgive me. Well, you don't have to, but it'd be nice if you did. Yeah, because I'm actually going to be sunning myself far, far away, and I might tell you about it at some point. I might even post some pictures. You never know, but I'm not going to promise, because if I promise and fail to deliver, then that's just sad. It'll make me sad, because I don't like letting you guys down, and I always want to do more on this channel because it's fun. It's really fun. Bit that's not quite straight there, not straight. Yeah, just got a little bit of a fussy cutting thing going on. There we go. Look, it's even in frame. I'm doing better today than the last video. But yeah, I just love doing this. I think it's really good fun, and it's a bit of a change for me from what I do the rest of the time. And what else should we have? I love that one. It's a bit of that. And it's fun not to be too particular about all the shapes fitting in. I'm certainly not measuring anything here, although I do have a tendency to like everything sort of nicely lined up, and let's just put that there. And what else would fit? A zigzag. These are really fiddly to pick up. I might have to get the tweezers. You maybe don't get a feeling of the scale of this book very well by watching me making it, but yeah, so it's 3 inches by 3 inches, this little book. And if you wanted to make something like this, then hop on over, obviously, to Amazon. Infomercials. So yeah, pop over to Amazon and stick it in your cart and have some fun, or get it for a Christmas gift for somebody. Now, the fussy cutting is maybe a bit much for young children to do, but it could be a nice present for a child as well as adult crafters. Or if it's one that you would like, let somebody know, send them the link. If you've used any of my books, and forgive me, you've heard me say this before, but if you have bought any of my cut collage books and you've enjoyed them, it would be just wonderful if you could take the time to follow the email that Amazon sent you about writing a review, or just pop on your Amazon and look at your orders, and it will give you the order you placed for my book, and find the bit that says write a review. Honestly, guys, it's the best and kindest thing, as long as it's not a horrible review, that you could possibly do to support me, because that's what shows people that these books are good. So yeah, I don't have a publisher, I just do all of this myself. So yeah, there we are. Right, what a pretty background. I love that. It's just all sort of mix and match, and I'm going to stick things on the top anyway, aren't I? Right, I'm desperate to use this squirrel. Right, mustn't forget the ink this time. There we are. And I thought when I watched this back that I hadn't inked that Christmas tree, but now I look very closely, I had. I just haven't inked it very much. Honestly, the filming went wrong, the order of sticking went wrong, the book was upside down. There wasn't much else really that could have gone wrong in that video, but maybe it made you laugh. I had to laugh in the end, because if I hadn't laughed, I would have cried, I would have wept. It was very frustrating. Never mind. Right, Mr. Squirrel, and Mrs. Miss Squirrel. Okay, around the edges. Yeah, that works, doesn't it? I like him there. I think he's great. Love that. What about these biscuits? Christmas biscuits with a little bit of holly. I think he needs to have his eye on something to eat. Squirrels in my garden are always after either the figs when they're hanging off the tree, or after anything they can potentially eat that's in my garden. The quinces, they've all gone now. I'm still enjoying my quince jam though. I had some for brekkie just now. Right, let's think about those going there. Now, what else have we got? Got some children and a little dog. Be quite nice to have a sort of woodlandy page, I think, with that squirrel. What else could go? Woodland and food. Oh, I need a Christmas label as well. Perhaps he could just be eyeing all the food. I'm not worried about the woodland. The things that go on here need to stand out quite well, don't they? What about Christmas drink? I could do with fussy cutting that handle out, couldn't I? Yes, Keely. Oh, hey, what about a lantern? Little squirrel has found his way through the woods with a lantern. Right, I'll just fussy cut this. Ta-da! There we go. One fussy cut lantern. I love those little lanterns. They're really pretty, aren't they? Who doesn't like a lantern? Love stuff that lights up. Lanterns, candles. So my craft room's got a few random bits and bobs in it for lighting things up. So I've got a salt lamp. And I've got a cabinet full of crystals that lights up as well. It's actually an old drinks cabinet. But yeah, it's got my crystals in it. Maybe one day I'll show you. Who knows? But that day is not today. Right, is that going to stand out enough? Oh, it will if it goes against that dark red look, just about. I've got a mince pie. Maybe the squirrel needs to be with the lantern. You can't really hold the lantern because that doesn't look quite right to me. Perhaps it could be up above. Not sure. I think I prefer that. Nice little pine cone. Not sure about the lantern now, but that's the fun of collage really, isn't it? You just play about with things until you like them. Sometimes you get them not the right way as well. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. There we go. London's starting to look very Christmassy. So I was in town over the weekend on Saturday and did a treat for my partner, a surprise treat. We do these things sometimes. And we went to the most brilliant cafe, and it's called Cuppa Pug. So big shout out to Cuppa Pug. We had an hour playing with pugs. It was so brilliant. And it's a cafe as well. It's a charity. So some of the pugs are rescue pugs. I know Nicole from Relax Cut Glue would have loved Cuppa Pug. They also have Cuppa Pug in Texas, I believe, California. And in the UK, they have them in Edinburgh and Manchester, I believe, as well as London. So everything's pink, and well, apart from the pugs. And some of the pugs are looking for homes, and they wear a bandana. And basically, they play "Who Let the Pugs Out?" Woo, 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 woo. Who let the pugs out? And out come all the pugs, scampering out of the door. There was about, I don't know, 20 of us for the hour I was there. And there's dog beds, and you can buy training treats, and they all know how to do tricks. So they can do turning, sit, high five, all sorts of stuff like that. And yeah, it was so adorable. And we bought some little sausages, and my partner was feeding them the sausages. He had about 8 or 9 pugs climbing all over him trying to get to these sausages, which he was trying to feed them one at a time out of a little bowl. It was hilarious. I think he was a little bit taken aback that we were going to see pugs. I mean, he loves dogs, but I wouldn't say he's particularly into pugs or anything, but I just thought it would be fun. And it was. There we go. Don't know where I'm going with this really. I'm not sure about this. I like the star because it can go across 2 pages, but maybe it's too big. What about those going across the 2? Because I sort of want to make it into one picture. Do I want to make it all food, or do I want to make it all sort of woodland? Oh no, I need a little label. We've got Peace on Earth and Winter Wishes there. I'm not sure if they're quite right. Where's my book gone? Let's have a little peruse. Now be careful, Keely, because you haven't glued anything yet. Let's just see. Anything a bit more appropriate. Joy, Happy Christmas. Jingle, what about Jingle All the Way? Jingle all the way, sleigh bells ring. I would have to put some bells in it if it was going to say jingle all the way, wouldn't it? Holly jolly. Oh, let's just cut a few more out. Noel, won't that be nice? I'm cheating really, aren't I? I'm just cutting ones that I can reach. Makes sense though. Deck the halls. I hope you liked the Christmas jazz that I put in my last video. Can you let me know? I'll probably add some to this while I'm editing, but I really like adding a bit of music to my videos. Can you let me know whether you think that's a good idea or not? I know we've all got different taste in music, but I really love a little bit of background jazz piano for just relaxing too. I find it really sort of evocative of a cosy, you know, coffee shop in a nice hotel, or coffee shop or a nice hotel, you know, lounging about, just enjoying yourself with a pianist in the background. That's when you just sometimes think life is good. I can just sit here and relax, and the music's kind of cool, kind of relaxing, nothing too challenging, just cozy and comfy and lovely. A bit like crafting. I find crafting cozy and comfy and lovely. Noel. That looks nice. And it's one big word, so it stands out quite well. Yeah, I'll save the others. Let's put those over there. Noel. But not sing, because I'm going to add music over the top of this. That would sound fairly unpleasant. There, Noel. Right, only one more thing. What do you reckon? Should we go with the food? Should we go with the... I think that's a bit too big. Got Christmas pudding. Oh, what about this? Christmas Rocky Road. Oh, come on. Christmas Rocky Road with icing. Yeah, that's quite nice, isn't it? It sort of stands out. Oh dear, I've started on the Christmas food. I think because I'm going away, probably not going to be thinking about Christmas for a couple of weeks because I'm going somewhere hot. But right, let's get sticking before I sneeze or something and it all goes everywhere. Right, is there an order to stick this to? I'll leave him till last because I don't want to cover him up with the corner of a... What's the name? Pine. Why can't I think of words? Pine cone. Pine cone. That's the word I was looking for. Right, I don't want to stick it exactly in the middle because that just looks a bit silly. A bit too symmetrical. It will help hold the book together, I hope. Oh, don't go under there, mister. You'll be trapped under a pile of biscuits. Right, let's stick that there. Yeah, so I have indulged a little bit in, you know, Christmas biscuits that are hanging around at work, and it was my friend's birthday the other day, and she's very popular in my workplace, and she was getting so many lovely messages, and the street where we work has some wonderful shops, and oh, I haven't left him room now, damn, slide it up. I have to cut that bit off at the top. So yeah, there's some gorgeous sort of bougie pastry shops and cake shops and a cheese shop. So loads of people were bringing, even clients were bringing my friend lovely birthday treats. So we were noshing on Florentines. We had some wine when it was closing time. It was just really lovely. We had a great time. And then we went to the pub with the boss. So that was rather fun as well. And then me and my friend, a different friend, we went and had some good old-fashioned chips. We didn't even have fish. We just stopped off and had some chips and beer. in a really good chip shop with some lovely Greek people that own it, and their chips were very good indeed. And yeah, so all in all, it wasn't the healthiest day for eating. So I had Florentines. I had the most amazing cake from this shop. It was like coffee and walnut or something with sugar on top and a great big walnut on the top, but it was superb. I mean, it was like patisserie sort of, you know, very talented people had made that cake, let's just say, and it was large and full of sugar. So yeah, so normally I do fasting to try and keep things in order, but because of the holiday, I think that the fasting is going out of the window over the next couple of weeks. So I wouldn't say it started well with all the cake and the chocolate Florentines and things, but it has been fun. And then I did a charity day at another place where I work, so it was raising money for a homeless charity. So I think I managed to raise a couple of £100 that day. Oh, I've run out of glue. Here, I hope I've got some more glue sticks. I'm sure I have. Just use the last bit of the Pritt stick. Probably should have started in the middle here. Is that going to fit? Are we even going to see it? Maybe I should put Noel there. Not sure if I like it in the middle. Maybe there. Maybe somewhere else. Maybe there. Maybe there. See, I do change my mind a lot, but I think collage is quite a good medium for changing your mind. There is a cake as well. All the sweet treats. Maybe I'll save that one and put that one because it just fits a bit better, doesn't it? See, I'm on it today. Ink round the edges. I haven't forgotten. Speak too soon. I'll probably find that I've done some other random faux pas or bodge. But I think today is going better. But don't speak too soon. There we are. Yeah, that works. The little squirrel, he's coming from the woods with his lantern. I just remember to chop that bit off. There's a little bit of woodlandy stuff going on there, and he is espying all of the treats. Oh, let me get a new glue stick. Ta-da! Brand new Pritt stick. Love that. Right, let's just do the little Christmas cupcake. So are you making a Christmas junk journal? Have you got time to make a Christmas junk journal? If you're busy with family stuff, maybe you have not got time. But, you know, I got up early and got on with this before the day begins. And actually, it's just that sense of a bit of me time and having a bit of fun, having a little play and making that time for creativity. Because a lot of years went by when I was a teacher and all my creativity got poured into my job and working with the kids, and not so much for me to play about. There we are, look at that. Oh, I'm pleased with that page. Let's just tidy up that handle from the lantern. Boop. There we go. I'm not quite sure I stuck enough glue there. I could get the hot glitter glue out, but I'm so close to finishing this page. Can't be bothered. It's only up on the shelf, but there we are. That's better. On this edge. I don't want to skimp on the glue. Love a Pritt stick. It's amazing what you can do with a Pritt stick, isn't it? I used to use them with the kids at school. Love a special offer for a Pritt stick as well. Right. There we are. Wonder if you have Pritt stick in the States. I bet you don't. Otherwise I would have seen lots of American crafters using them. Right, there we go. Oh, I love that now. No cock-ups. Oh, am I allowed to say cock-ups? That's YouTube, I'm not sure. I have to beep it out if I remember. There we are. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages done. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to go. Oh my goodness. Anyway, guys, I will see you next time. Hopefully I'll get a few more of these done before I pack my case later today. And yeah, take care. Don't forget, if you want to buy the book, the link is below. I'm really enjoying working with these images, so I hope you will too. All right, bye for now.